Welcome to JSTOR Galore. In today's Writing Center workshop, we will demonstrate how to access and use the JSTOR database for Collin College students in Cougar Web. What is JSTOR? JSTOR is your online digital library where you can find peer-reviewed sources for your papers and projects that are appropriate for academic purposes. JSTOR is a digital library of academic journals, ebooks, and images. What do we mean when we say that something is a scholarly peer-reviewed source? Well, the purpose of a scholarly journal is to disseminate information within an academic discipline. These articles are written by the best minds in their field, and they are meant to be read by other experts in that area. Peer-reviewed journals are sometimes called refereed journals. When an author submits their article for publication, it goes through an editorial process in which it is read by that author's peers, other scholars in the same field. These experts give their opinion on the quality of the original research and decide whether it is useful and relevant. When you read a peer-reviewed journal article, you're seeing the best, most credible research in that academic discipline. If your professor is assigning you to use only peer-reviewed sources for your research, the Collin librarians are always happy to assist you. Is everything in JSTOR a peer-reviewed source? Most of the content in JSTOR is peer-reviewed, but there are some exceptions. While all of the JSTOR content is there because it meets a standard of being useful to scholars, the JSTOR archives include primary source materials that are hundreds of years old and much older than today's standard peer review process. You can easily limit your search to articles published within a range of dates to find the most current research. And if you're needing to know whether a journal is indeed peer-reviewed, you can take a look at that journal's website. It should include that information for authors who want to submit their article for publication there. And if you're still confused, always ask one of the Collin librarians for assistance. So, what can we find in JSTOR? Articles and ebooks from a whole lot of different academic disciplines. For example, the humanities, literature and the arts, as well as the social sciences, history, economics, mathematics, political science, cultural studies, and more. Because of this wide range of subject areas, you can see why it's considered highly useful in academic settings. JSTOR is considered an important starting point for anyone doing academic research. JSTOR has the full text of more than 2,600 academic journals, some of them hundreds of years old, and more than 70 disciplines in the humanities, the social sciences, science, and mathematics. Ebooks can also be found in JSTOR, lots of them. JSTOR includes more than 100,000 ebooks from academic publishers. JSTOR ebooks work just like journals, offering unlimited use and DRM-free chapter downloads in PDF format. DRM stands for Digital Rights Management. If something is DRM-free, that means you can easily read it on any device that you choose. Now that you have an idea of the features of JSTOR, let's go there and look around. First, you'll need to log into Cougar Web and click on the Library tab. So here we are in Cougar Web. JSTOR does have a public website called jstor.org, but to get full access to the content provided for you by Collin College, you'll need to access it inside Cougar Web. So we've logged into Cougar Web, and we're going to click on the Library tab right here. Next, we're going to click on the link that says Find Articles in Databases. Now we're looking at the big list of all the Collin College Library databases. To find JSTOR, we'll click on the letter J to jump down the list. Now we can see the link for JSTOR, and we will click on that link. Once we're in JSTOR, we can see the words Access Provided by Collin College at the top of the screen. This means that we'll be able to see content that the college has paid for. And we see a prominent search box right here, Search JSTOR. The first thing that we want to do, however, is to create a personal account in JSTOR. The reason we want a personal account is to be able to store articles and ebooks for easy access to make our research more organized. Setting up a personal account is easy. At the top right of the page, we see a link that says Log In, and we see another link that says Register. If we click Register, it will take you through the brief process to set up your free account. Having a JSTOR account is a great way to stay organized in your research, so we recommend it. After you've set up a personal account and log in, you'll see your name in the upper right side of the page. Under your name, you can click the drop-down arrow to the Workspace link. Your workspace is a place where you can store articles. Here, you can see some articles that I've collected in my workspace. For each item that you've stored there, you can click on Add Note, where you can write a little something about why a source is useful or not useful for your research. You can also click here on Cite to create a citation for your Works Cited page or your References page on your research paper. You can further organize your sources by creating folders. Simply click here on Create Folder. Where it says Create New Folder, give your folder a name. I'll create a folder called Air Pollution for the topic of air pollution, and I'll hit Save. And now we can see the folder that I've just created right here. If I want to move an article into that folder, I just click on Move. Move to Air Pollution. And it tells me the item has been moved to my folder called Air Pollution. So having a personal workspace is a great way to use JSTOR. You don't have to use a personal JSTOR account, but it really is a helpful way to keep track of your research. Next, let's click here on the JSTOR logo. And we'll talk about how to do searches in JSTOR. In the search box, you can always type in a broad topic, such as folk tales, and I'm putting quotation marks around these words, folk tales. I put quotation marks around the words to tell JSTOR to look for the word folk next to the word tales. And it already tells me that JSTOR has retrieved a whole lot of articles to sift through. Notice We see our search terms in our results list highlighted in yellow. In each little excerpt of each article. Looking at these brief excerpts can give us a quick idea of whether or not the article might be what we're looking for. And we have the option to save next to any of these items, to save them in our workspace to read later. If we look over here on the left side of the page, we can see how JSTOR is organizing our search results for us. Out of this huge list of search results, JSTOR is telling us how many are in the form of journals, book chapters, or research reports. We can also go over here to the sort feature to arrange our results according to newest or oldest items or by relevance. Because we have a huge set of results, we can use search within results, the refine results box on the left side. This will let us search inside this big set of results. We can type a specific word, such as Navajo, and hit search. And we see that now we have a much smaller set of results to sort through. If we look up at the search bar, we see that JSTOR has added the new search term that we typed in to our original search for folk tales. We can also limit by publication date. Over here, publication date. We can ask it to show us only the articles published from, say, 2010 to 2021, and hit apply. And now we have an even smaller set of search results to look over. If we see a journal article or a book chapter that looks useful for our research topic, we can now download a PDF of the article. We can also save it in our workspace. And we can click Cite to create a citation for a Works Cited page. Let's click on Download PDF. After we scroll past this first page, we now see a scanned copy of this article as it appeared in the printed journal. Now that you can read the whole article, you can decide whether you want to print a copy of it, or save the PDF to your own computer, or better yet, you can just click Save and it will be stored in your JSTOR personal workspace. Let's click back on the JSTOR logo, and we'll take a quick look at the Advanced Search function. This can be a really helpful way to use JSTOR. If we click here on Advanced Search, we can enter keywords that we want to appear in any articles that we find. And we can narrow our results if we only want to get articles and eliminate book reviews, for example. Under Languages, we can tell it that we only want articles that have been published in a certain language. And we can narrow our results by publication date or by the name of a particular journal or ebook. If we scroll down some more, we will see the journal filter. Journal filter. The journal filter is a really helpful way to use JSTOR because here you can ask for only a certain type of journal dedicated to an area of study. So let's go to the keyword search box here. And let's type the keyword Cinderella. And then we're going to narrow the results to item type articles. Under language, we'll select English. And we can scroll down to the journal filter. And in all these different discipline types, we will select folklore right here. There are 17 titles for folklore. And then we'll click on Advanced Search. Now we have a results list that we can scroll through. We can then refine our results, say with another keyword over here, like stepsister. And get an even smaller set of results. You can easily search JSTOR on your mobile device as well. Just log in through Cougar Web, and then once you've logged into your personal JSTOR account, you can save articles and ebooks in your workspace to read later when you're using a screen that is easier to see. JSTOR also has a great Twitter account that is worth following to learn about their latest innovations for users. The JSTOR Daily Twitter account is a place where they share interesting and unusual content that can be found in their database. We hope this introduction to searching JSTOR has been helpful to you. If you have any questions or need assistance with your research in JSTOR or any other library resource, please contact the Ask a Librarian service at www.collin.library/aska.html. From that site, you can call us, text us, or email us. The Collin College Libraries are here for you. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your research.